Hello everyone. So in this video, I would like to explain to you the evaluation that you have coming up later next week. It's evaluation EVA. And in this evaluation, the topic is essentially analyzing technical talks. So you'll be listening to various technical talks, and your objective will be to analyze it in a concise way. So you need to come up with an analysis, and your analysis should be done in at most 3 minutes. Okay, and this is of course an individual work, and we're doing all these changes because of the disruption that we got in the educational system. This will be worth 10% of your mark. So I will explain how to do it and how your deliverable is expected. So I hope you pay special attention as I go through the explanation. So the action items that you have for EVA are as follows. So we'll go through them one by one. I tried to break down the action items so it's easier for you to check mark the items as you go along. So step one, you will need to watch and document the critical technical information from the list of video talks that I will provide to you. So we will analyze 6 videos. And one of them will eventually be the one that you will have to actually analyze carefully. So step number 2, the instructor, that is me, will assign one of the technical videos for you to summarize and analyze. So I will do the assignment of one of the videos to you randomly. But I will not do this right now. I will post a list of the different student IDs and the video that is associated with them. This will be done 100% using a random generator. So I will generate a number between 1 and 6, and in the sequence that I have with the student number, you will have one of the videos assigned to you. Okay, and this video that is assigned to you, then once you get this list on Wednesday, April 1st, which is next week, you will then need to watch it carefully, perhaps for the second or third time, and then summarize it properly, and then do your deliverable. Once you figure out the video that you have to do in step number 3, you need to discuss your summary and analysis of the associated technical talk through a recorded video. So you need to record yourself doing this. So this is a video where your face is showing, you are presenting, and as I mentioned before, you need to be in a professional setting. So you want to be as professional as possible. Think of this as though it's your day of an interview or your day of graduation. So you could be dressed properly as you do this, groomed and all that, and then you do your recording of your analysis of the video. The duration should be 3 minutes. So you really have to make sure that you are on mark with this. Once your video is recorded and you have it in let's say MP4, so you save it as an MP4 file, then you will need to upload your video to YouTube. And as I said before, you could also use Vimeo, but I guess YouTube has more features, and it's more popular. So by all means, you could go ahead and use YouTube. And once you upload it there, you have to make sure that once you publish the video, it is in the private mode. So it's private mode. It's not public. It's not access to the world. So this is very important to do. Step number 5, now that your video is online and it's in a private mode, what I need to do is to fill the submission form for EVA. This form is available on Slate. So I created the form. It's a fillable PDF. So basically go to Slate in the evaluations folder, go to the subfolder EVA, and then you'll find the submission form for EVA. Download it to your computer. And then after you download it to your computer, put it on your desktop, open it, and then fill in this fillable PDF. Okay. Once you fill in the fillable PDF, then you need to save it as a fixed PDF. And now that you've saved it, you will then need to upload this form to Slate. You'll need to upload the form to Slate. You have until Friday, April 3rd, 2020 at 5 p.m. This is a firm deadline, and you need to make sure that so it's a firm deadline. It won't be, you won't get other extensions beyond that. So this applies to all the 4 sections that I have. All the sections, they will have until 5 p.m. on Friday next week. Okay, so essentially, this means that you could you'll have some time once the Wednesday list is out. You'll have some time once the Wednesday list is out. You'll have roughly 2 days to put your video together and then to upload it. Okay, so the sooner you do this, the sooner you could get rid of it, and so you don't need to wait until Friday. If you get it on Wednesday, you could literally analyze it, come up with something proper and professional, record yourself, upload it to YouTube, all on the same day. So you do not need to wait until Friday to submit it. You could just submit it on that specific day. But essentially, you have until then. I hope this is clear. Okay, on to the next slide. The technical talks that we will have, they are as follows. So all these talks, they're available on the TED Talk website. They are also available on YouTube. So we'll go through the different speakers. You'll have 6 of them. So the first video is from Kai-Fu Lee. He is a very well-known computer scientist and an engineer. He used to work for Apple, for Microsoft, for Google, and now he is a venture capitalist. And I believe these days he is in Beijing. So his talk is on AI, artificial intelligence. Is about 15 minutes. And the title of the talk is How AI Can Save Our Humanity. So this is the first video that I want you to see. The second video that is available is from Chris Emerson. And the topic is on AVs. So AV stands for autonomous vehicle. This video is about 15 minutes as well. And Chris, he used to work for the Google autonomous vehicle, the autonomous vehicle from Google, which today is no longer called Google's car or autonomous vehicle from Google. It is known as Waymo, and so they just rebranded it. But essentially, see, it's that vehicle that we're talking on, and he will talk about the work that's been done at Google to work on this vehicle. So how a driverless car sees the road, and then he will discuss this in this video. Now he used to be the CTO of Google Cars. I believe right now he no longer works for Google, so he has his own autonomous vehicle company. If I'm not mistaken, the name of the company is Aurora. But nonetheless, I think it's a very good presentation and talk, and I think if you get this one, it's a good talk to listen to. The third video that we have is a video from Fei Li. So she will talk about computer vision and machine learning. She is a professor at Stanford University. And if I recall, she was also with Google Cloud for some time, perhaps during her sabbatical from Stanford. And she will talk on how we teach computers to understand pictures. So that's essentially the topic of her talk. She's very well known in the scientific community, and the talk should be interesting. The fourth video that is that I present to you is a video from in a discussion, in a talk, and also a demonstration from Raffaello D'Andrea, and his talk is on drones. So the topic of his of this video and this discussion is on drones, and he is a professor at ETH in Zurich, so that's in Switzerland, and so I want, if you get this one, this is also a very interesting video and a very interesting talk with some demonstration. And the topic of this presentation is Meet the Dazzling Flying Machines of the Future. The fifth video that I present to you is a video on big data, and it's about 12 minutes. It's from Ben Wellington. So in his talk, it's a very interesting talk where he discusses and he brings to everyone's attention the concept of big data and what it means. So the title of his talk is How We Found the Worst Place to Park in New York City Using Big Data. So it's a very interesting talk, and I hope you will enjoy it and you'll find it informative. The sixth talk is a talk from Travis Kalanick. So perhaps you've seen Travis' picture in news before. He's always somehow on the news. So Travis was one of the key founders of Uber, and he was essentially the CEO and founder of Uber, perhaps with somebody else, but he is the general face for Uber, and his talk is on ride sharing. Now, he was the head of Uber until there was some controversy, and eventually he left, and then somebody else came in, which is Dara Khosroushi, right? It's hard for me to read his last name, but I think it's Dara Khosroushi. And he came in, and he's currently the CEO. But nonetheless, this talk is very interesting. And in it, Travis tries to make the case for ride sharing. And this topic of his talk is Uber's plan to get more people into fewer cars. So these talks are there just to kind of widen your horizon, and then let you experience different technologies, modern technologies, emerging technologies that exist. It's not a commercial for any of these companies, so we're not doing a commercial for any of these companies, but we're only just showing you their talks, and I think you will find them interesting. Okay, so now that you understood the what is required for this deliverable, I presented to you the 6 videos or the 6 technical presentation that you'll end up analyzing. You could watch all 6 of them. In fact, this is my hope, is that you do in fact watch all 6 of them. But if that's not your interest, then I guess you have to wait until Wednesday when I post the information of the video that you will have to analyze. Now, in this slide, what I wanted to show you is the form that you will use to submit your EVA. Right, so there's a form. You could, like I said earlier, you could go to Slate and you could download this form. So you go to Slate, you go to the evaluations folder. In the evaluations folder, you'll find another folder called EVA. In that folder, you'll find this form, which is referred to as the EVA submission form. So you download it to your desktop, and from there you could fill it in. You could fill in the different boxes. So this is a form that I just created earlier today, and essentially have a bunch of buttons. So this is a clear button. So if you write stuff and you don't like what you write, you want to erase that, you could just press the clear button. It erases everything, and then once you fill in the form, you could press a print form, and it will print the form in a fixed, non-changeable PDF format. So this is a fillable PDF, and when you print it, it will be a firm PDF. So in here, what you could enter is your first name and your last name, your student ID, your section. Which section are you in? The Monday section, the Thursday, the Friday AM, the Friday PM. So you put your section here, and the assigned technical presentation. Which video did we assign to you? So you scroll down and then you assign it. These are scroll down parts where you could scroll down and then select the one that is appropriate to you. And then in here, you would put the link of your YouTube video. So the assumption is that you uploaded your video to YouTube. It is in private mode. You could copy the link for your video and you paste it here. So I'll be able to go and see your video in order to assess how you did. And there's a question here. Is your video in private mode on YouTube? I am looking to see that the answer is yes. It is in private mode on YouTube. If the answer is no, then that's not good. So I just made a form just to make sure that you do not forget to put your video in private mode. Don't put yes when it's a no. Put the one that actually applies. Hopefully it's a reminder for you to put it in private mode. And then in here you have a button that will show up when you fill it in, and then you just select the date of your submission. Right, so if you submit it on Friday, it will be April 3rd. You just select it, the date will enter automatically. And then once this is done, you print it. So I have, I filled an example. So for you, this is first name, family name, student ID. Let's say it's the Monday section. I got it from the drop down menu here. And then I selected video 5, assuming video 5 was assigned to me. And this is the link of a video that I created. I put it here. Is it in private mode? Yes. I select the date. It shows up. And now it's ready. I press the print form. So when I press the print form, it will prompt me where to save it. And you can save it on your desktop. This is the printed form of your of this form, and now this is what you want to upload to Slate. So this is what I want on Slate, not this one here, the final version with everything done and non-changeable. So in this one, your data cannot be changed, whereas in here the data can be changed, right? So this is the one that you upload to Slate as shown here. So you will be able to upload it to Slate by going to the assignments and then in there locate EVA and submit it over there. Now in this slide, I wanted to show you how you will be evaluated. As you know, this is worth 10% of your final mark. And we want to show you how the evaluation will be, and I will use a rubric for this. As you know, with my sections and my style of teaching, your grade is not assigned to you OPIF, is not assigned to you randomly. You actually get the mark that you deserve by actually seeing how you will be evaluated. So we always use a rubric. This is the rubric that I will use for this. As you see on top, let me bring the pointer. You have the title of this evaluation, EVA, Analyzing Technical Talks. Again, this is a new evaluation. We just did it because of the COVID-19 situation. It's a new evaluation. We didn't have this. We just did it in order to proceed with what we have at this point in the limited time. So in here, what I will do is I will put your name. So I have a drop down. I'll put your name, and then I'll see the different criteria that you perform. So you really have 5 items to look into and to make sure that you perform well with. Number 1, your voice and clarity. Right. So when you talk, what you're saying should be very clear to the audience. So you are recording yourself, your face is showing, you're recording yourself, you're talking to the camera, but you have to make sure that you are talking slowly and clear. But at the same time, you have to make sure of your time management. I'll discuss it when we get here. So the voice has to be proper and it should be clear. And depending on how you perform, according to this spectrum, you'll be anywhere between very poor to poor, average, good, or excellent. So as you see, we don't have a mark of 0, even if you do really, really bad, which I don't think any of you will do. But if that's the case, you will get 20%, right? So I'm being generous with you. Our lowest mark is not 0, but it's 20, and then the highest mark is 100%. In general, people will be somewhere in between. So that's the first one. It's worth 2 marks of your final grade. The next criteria that I will look into in evaluating your videos is your confidence in your posture. So posture is the way you are and the way that you stand firm and square and good posture as you record yourself in front of the camera, and you have confidence when you talk. So the confidence is shown and you are in command of your topic. So if that's the case, then you'll get a grade somewhere on this spectrum. And again, this criteria is worth 2 marks. The third criteria that I will look into is your eye contact. Now, this is mostly important when we do face-to-face interaction and face-to-face presentation. But in this case, you are creating a video, and also make sure that your eye contact is done effectively. So you could certainly look at the camera, right? Don't look at your screen, but essentially look at the camera. So you have to not forget that because we're doing it with a computer. So eye contact in this context, it means looking at the camera as you're talking as you're recording your video. So if you do a good job and you seem confident and your eye contact is not looking at the ground or looking on the side or looking at the ceiling or the ground or hiding your face, then that you'll be doing okay here, and then the grade will be anywhere on the spectrum, and it's worth 2 marks. The fourth criteria is the knowledge of the topic. So we will assign randomly to you one of the 6 videos, and we want to see if you actually you're able to summarize and analyze the video. So your knowledge of the topic will sorry about that. We'll give you a mark based on that. And then the last one is the time management. How do you manage your time? Are you able to do all this within the 3 minutes? So that's what we see here. And if you do a good job and you are able to deliver your video and do the work and you do all that within 3 minutes, it should be good. Now, as you record yourself, editing is not, you could keep repeating yourself, you could keep recording until you find a one that is appropriate, and that's fine. Of course, you only upload to YouTube the latest one, the one that you like and the one that is good and that you think your performance is okay. Okay, and then we add these marks and you get the mark out of 10. And this is the mark that you will get. So that's it for now. You'll hear. So I uploaded all these documents and slides on Slate, so you'll have it there. The only thing that you're missing at this point is to know which video you are actually analyzing, and that will come to you on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I will provide you the list of student IDs and video, and that's done randomly. And then once you get that, you'll know specifically which video you can see. In the meantime, you could certainly go ahead and watch the 6 videos and listen to all of them just to get familiar with it. And when you get the list to know specifically which video you will analyze, then you could listen to it a second time or a third time. And so there's no loss in watching these 6 videos. They are all insightful and they will expand your understanding of modern technologies. I hope this is understandable, and good luck with your studies, and stay safe. Thank you.